Y'all look at here. Guess where we are? Guess where we are? You know what this means? What's going on, Cog Squad? Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. And today is officially groundbreaking day. We're about to get started on this fence and hope to get the poles set in the front of the property right there by Brooke's mom's house and try to get that beautiful wrought iron gate hung, the big one, the double one. All right, I think I got everything. Can you think of anything? Anything? No? Okay. All right, I believe I got it. I believe I got it. What's the chances, though, that I forgot something, Holly? What's the chances? Don't say anything. I don't want to know. All right, let's get to work. You pull the string, all right? I appreciate you. All right, y'all, here we are. We're in the front of the house here. And if you guys remember in the last video, we're gonna run a fence right down through here. And this is where the beautiful wrought iron gate's gonna go to be the entrance into the backyard garden over here. And we'll probably do some stuff over here that's really, really low maintenance. Maybe plant a small, very small tree right over here with some perennials around it or something like that. We got a lot of options over here in this little area right here. Definitely gonna plant a rose on the fence coming through here. There's already one right here, a new dawn rose, which is right here. We can actually extend it on over to it. But first things first, we need to pull the string and see if we can get it halfway straight.
And I wanted to say something about comments I saw in the last video, and that was, how are you going to service your gas tank?
Yeah.
Well, I reached out to the propane company,
right,
and they have a 100-foot hose that will go from here to there, providing they can't get through the gate. But the gate's 12 foot, so they should be able to drive through it.
Should be able to drive through it, yeah.
But if not, that 100-foot hose is ample length
right.
to reach our propane tank.
We measured it. We're well beyond. I think we're right at 70 foot, so we'd have 30 foot to spare.
All right, that's the beginning of it.
Right there. Right. Here we go, digging holes. Y'all know the routine. This.
That one?
This.
Deep.
Y'all see that Peaches has sent some supervisors over here to watch us today.
Make sure everything's
can't get nothing past her.
Going the way it should. This ain't gonna be easy.
These ain't gonna be light.
How about you pick up on it and let me lift the tailgate there?
Hey, listen, don't hurt yourself now, you hear me?
Keep on pulling. Just not fast.
I'm ready.
Let's walk on the other side of this.
Are you okay?
Yep.
All right, you put your end down there in the hole and I'll lift it up.
Do I need to move the tractor?
No, we're good.
Oh, yeah. Just tell me when you're ready.
All right, so here comes the most technical part of the whole thing is getting the gate just right. We don't want it too big, and then you definitely don't want it too short. We'd rather have it just a little too big, and if we had to shim it, we could, but we're gonna try to get it exact right off the bat.
Try.
Try. We're gonna try.
So the edge of the pole needs to come to right there. Let me get down in there?
Yeah, get down in there.
It's pretty deep.
It's pretty deep.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I was leaning with you. That looks pretty darn good right there.
Okay. So we used I think that's a 9-inch bit. It's either 9 or 8. We're gonna put the smaller one on, which I think is a 6.
I think they're 6, 9, and 12.
I think you're right too. We don't need this big one for the
take some
little
pressure
post.
off. All right. Holly, go get the bit.
Go get the bit, Holly.
She looked like.
All
What am
right,
I
I'll go
supposed to
get it.
do?
Where's it at? All right, Holly, there it is right there. That's the little one. This one's a lot lighter.
I can imagine. But I'm going uphill with a bolt. Up, up. There we go. Do you want to get that bag of concrete out and
Put it in there?
we go to Barth and get?
Yeah. I gotta show y'all this one cool little tool that I picked up off Amazon. I was watching people build fences. You know, I like to watch, when we're doing projects like this, I like to get some ideas and make sure I got all the knowledge that I could possibly get when we start building fencing. And I saw them using this little tool and I thought, man, y'all, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. So it goes on the corner, so you can see we're level here. And you look over here, you can see we're level this way. And this was awesome. And it worked so well when we were getting the pole set up in there. I mean, it is absolutely way better than getting it up there, putting your level up there, packing it around, making sure it's level again. You always can see your levels and you always know your level. So if you do any fencing with some square post, this thing, I got it off Amazon. This one's made by Johnson. I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything, but y'all's thing was cheap, like $10 or less, maybe $12 or less, something like that. It may have been cheaper than that, but yeah, if you're doing any type of fence building, you're using square post and don't have one of these, I definitely recommend investing in it. That thing's worth 20 bucks, 30 bucks, but it ain't near that much. So it is the next day. We had to wait for those poles to set up before we could do anything else. So it is the next day. They should be good and set up. Let's go check them out. Come on, girl. It's warm already this morning. Sure is. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not to my liking there. They feel good. So I think what we'll do is that we will go ahead and get the fence rolled out and get the boards put up. I don't foresee us hanging the gates today. I just don't think it's set up good enough. It feels good though, but I don't want to take a chance. I don't like the way that looks. Just don't like the way that looks. So I think that's going to be my decision. The poles are set up enough to pull the fence because we're just using your regular old wired weld. I call it kennel wire, dog kennel wire. It's not going to be pulled super tight. We're not going to use, you know, the come-alongs and the tractor because it would just tear that fence apart. So all the videos we saw, we just seen people just pull it semi-tight, and then we're gonna come back and put the rails on. All right, Holly, let's finish our coffee, and then we'll go do chores this morning. Okay, y'all, Gus is snoring. He may have heard me, he just stopped. Holly, he's back. He's back. No, he saw me. Never mind. I heard you though, brother. I heard you. I heard you snoring this morning. That's okay. That's okay, guys. Yeah, that's all right. That is all right. Snore away, brother.
Y'all, I've got to show you the cutest little set of rear ends in Alabama. Don't you agree? I mean, these 5 are just precious, but they're just growing up too fast. Got Honey and Jesse, as usual, hanging out, waiting on the gate to open, because obviously this pasture is better than the one on the other side. Right, girls? You know what I gotta do first? I gotta go get Miss Peach's food ready and then feed Moody and Mildred before we can get to work on the fence today. All right, gotta get Miss Peach's food prepared and let it marinate while I go feed Moody and Mildred. All right, big boys and girls, get y'all fed. I left the door a little bit cracked, and I usually don't do that, but Honey was just about to head into the barn. I know what it was. You were gonna feed Peaches by yourself, weren't you? You know she's gotta be fed. She's the boss lady, so you were gonna take care of it. Well, I think you better let me handle that. Come on, Boots. Come on. Come on, Boots. I'm gonna get it, girl. A little chaotic. I put it in this lower pan so she can't flip it over. All right, boys and girls, y'all ready to go out? Open the gate for y'all.
All right, y'all, I'm in the fall winter garden. I want to give y'all a quick update while I'm out here taking care of the chickens, how the fall winter garden is doing. And it's doing great, absolutely great. It always amazes me how your seedlings start to get stressed out in your seed trays and start looking not so hot, and even though you're babying them, they still start to turn yellow and start dropping leaves. But as soon as you get those guys in the ground and they can spread them toes out, it's like boom, it's like a couple days later, they're all perked up, looking fabulous. I do got to get the drip put in. Once I get the drip installed, we're planting carrots next. And I'll show you exactly how we're gonna do our carrots here on the farm. And I'm trying something new. We're trying the new seed tape from Hoss, which I've never used before, but I've heard great things about the seed tape. I also got elephant garlic, but I won't plant it till late October. One more thing I gotta show you guys, because y'all know I'm just passionate about gardening, is look at the sun hemp. Y'all, isn't it beautiful? Beautiful. I keep talking about how beautiful the sun hemp is, but y'all remember this is one of the best summertime cover crops. Plus it is beautiful. Pollinators are liking it. And it looks like an orchid to me. Just gorgeous. And have I mentioned the smell? It smells like a candy store over here. Unreal. Just remember, the only downside to sun hemp is that it is fibrous and it's kind of hard to cut down. So if you let it get this size or taller, you gotta have something that can handle it. But you can still grow it, but just cut it when it's younger. So everything that I've read about using this welded wires, you know, this isn't like cattle fence or anything like that. This is really for to keep dogs out. That's why a lot of times it's called kennel fencing. And it will do a great job of that. And then once we add the 2x6s on front of it, it's exactly how we got it at the barn. I don't know if you guys ever paid any attention to the barn over there, but that's how we got the stall set up. Works great. It's really, really strong. Once you put all those, put all those things in place, it makes it really, really strong. So everything I read on this is, you don't want to pull it too hard because it's going to tear it up. And to cut it in sections. So, you know, probably gonna cut it in 8-foot sections and try, instead of trying to do like one long pool like we did with our cattle fencing or the goat fencing, we're gonna do this one in sections and just pull it. Most everybody I've seen is take like a screwdriver or a crowbar and get it taut and then staple it and then just work your way down. So that's the game plan, and we'll see how it goes. Now, it probably will have a few little waves in it, but once we get those 2x6s on there, the rails on there, it'll straighten it all out, and you probably won't see it. That's kind of how it was at our old farm, and we've learned a lot since then, so we're kind of better at doing this kind of stuff than we were back then. And you'll see how it looks at the barn. You don't see a whole bunch of waves at the barn either. So it should look pretty good. Everything I've seen looks fabulous. All right, Holly, roll that thing out, girl. No? I don't blame you. All right, let's go take our first measurement and see what we got. Our first pull will be from the house to the big 6x6 pole there, and then we'll just start working our way down. Yeah, we cut us an 8-foot section. That should work and give us plenty to pull with. All right, let's see how it goes. All right.
Stand on it?
You stand on it.
That's an easy job. Whoa!
Yeah, this is way different than what we've been.
We wouldn't have rolled that other like that.
No.
But it doesn't need to be a heavy gauge. We're
No.
not keeping animals in. We're keeping animals out.
Yeah, and plus the split rail makes it so much stronger. All right.
May I let the tape go?
Yeah, you can. All right, good deal. All right. All right.
Just good on the bottom?
We're good on the bottom. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, this was an all-day job. Actually, a day and a half, because we set the poles one day, came back, and did the rest. What took us so long on this was that we had to do each section kind of by itself. Each section was independent of each other. We couldn't make one kind of long pull because it went downhill, and so we had to cut each fence section out right here, pull it, staple it, measure again, go cut another piece, come over here, pull it, staple it, and then the same thing with the boards because we're going downhill because they're all cut on an angle, and each angle is different depending on the terrain, you know, so. But we did get it. It just took a good bit longer than we anticipated. So much so that we're not even through with this area over here. We're going to cut the top of the fence off and make it flush with the bottom board there. And we got a trim board or a cover board. It's going to be a 1x that covers up where the joints meet. We want to cover that up as well. Turned out great. Turned out absolutely fabulous. It looks wonderful. Actually turned out a little better than I thought. Right there. So our next thing is staining. What are we going to do about staining or painting? We've thought about staining it or painting it to the same color as the brown we've used around here. Or either done fence paint, which is normally a dark color, almost looks black. So we got those two options. But here's the thing. Pressure treated wood has got to dry out. Everything I read last night was anywhere from the minimum of 2 weeks but optimal is 30 days. Some people even said 60 days because it's got to completely dry out because that pressure treated wood it's wet, and you don't want to stain it or paint it if it's wet. So we got options there. Number one option is put it all together like we're doing. Wait 60 days, then we have to take it back apart. Stain it, let it dry, and then put it back together again. That sounds like a lot of work. So, you know, we're kind of torn on that. We'll see. Our second option is just to, like a Thompson's water seal. And I know there's other brands out there besides Thompson's, and I think that's just what everybody says when they think of water seal is Thompson's water seal, just like we all call soft drinks Cokes down here in the South. But that is our little dilemma there with staining it or painting it. I kind of like it the natural color, honestly. I do. But painting it or staining it still will look great as well. Now Tracy over at Just Dig It Farm, hers is natural, and she's got her wrought iron gate on hers. It's all natural, so you know, I know it looks good. I've seen it, I know it looks good. And we're gonna come back and cut or make sure the top of the poles are all the same height, and put some type of topper on there too to keep this from rotting from the top as well. That one pole is a little bit taller. We hit a huge rock over there and we couldn't go quite as deep as we did on the other ones. But with the concrete and all, this thing's pretty daggum sturdy. I don't think it's going anywhere. So let me ask you, are you happy the way it turned out?
I'm thrilled the way it turned out.
Turned out good, didn't it?
It did.
It looks really good.
I must say I had my doubts about the heel.
Yeah, it was a little, I don't know what word I want to use. It wasn't stressful.
It was tricky.
It took us a good little minute to figure it out. I mean, it probably took us to figure out the angles, it took us a little minute. But once we got it figured out, it went smoothly.
But I did say this.
What's that?
I'm glad that fence doesn't go all the way down to the pond.
Yeah, me
we'd
too.
have been sloping a lot longer than, what, 5 panels?
Yep.
That was a good little job.
Yeah, it is a good little job. I'm not going to tell you how many poles we got.
I don't want to know, because I counted 33 and I have a feeling I was off. Was I off?
I counted 30, so yeah, we're going to be in the 30s.
Well, you know, we said first thing we got to do is make sure our auger will dig.
Right, we're going to double check.
Because if it doesn't dig, we may need to put an electric fence around it.
Oh, what are we having for supper?
Well, you ready for this?
Yeah.
It's your lucky day.
Oh, goodness.
You probably don't even have an inkling.
I don't have an inkling.
Wings.
Oh, goodness. I've already done a fence dance. I got to do a wings dance.
I just made you some homemade ranch dressing so it can be good and ready by the time the wings are done.
Awesome.
Now, Mary Carl and I are going to have a little something different.
Yeah.
Probably some leftovers and then add a little something, but it's your special day.
It's my special day. It's my fence day.
Yeah. See,
Wings.
I knew you were going to work really hard. But I just wonder what you're cooking me.
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
One day, though. You're going to cook me a brisket.
I'm going to cook the brisket.
Okay. That's all I'm asking.
We're going to get the brisket.
Maybe I should go get it out of the freezer right now.
You can.
And take it to the refrigerator.
Let's do that.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Which one do you think?
Oh, my goodness. That's a full-fledged one right there.
I think we better do the smaller one, don't you?
This one's going to take, overnight. I can overnight this one. That one I can do during the day.
All right, so this smaller one it is.
We'll do the smaller one and then
save this one for
this one.
When all y'all are coming to eat. Right?
That's right.
Okay.
Goodness gracious.
All right, getting it to the fridge.
All right. Y'all be good.